California, I hate to tell you, but the wet weather is coming back for this weekend and into early next week. Let's start off here with the HRRR tracking the timing of this storm. We are going to be looking at right around here where the moisture starts to accumulate there in California. This is right around, let's call that 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now by 7 p.m. Pacific time, you can see this main swath of moisture starting to come into the furthest west points of California. You have some light precipitation into Oregon and Washington, but we also have some bands of snow and rain out in front of this main threat here, bringing rain and snow to California. Now by, let's call this midnight Sunday morning, you can see that most of that moisture has made its way into the Sierra Nevadas, that main band of moisture. So this is more of like a 5-hour event that we're going to be talking about here in Northern California. That includes San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, all going to be a part of that period of time where you're going to be seeing that consistent moderate rainfall. Now, as we move into 3 a.m. here, you could see that this low pressure is about to make landfall in Oregon. We also have some bands of moisture coming back into California, as well as light to moderate rainfall in northern Oregon, southern Washington, as well as some snow here in the inland portions of those two states and even into British Columbia. As this system makes its way further into the countryside here, this is right around 10 a.m. You start to see just snow showers in the Sierra Nevadas, maybe some rain showers in the northern part of the state, but Oregon and Washington still getting light to moderate precipitation in both forms here. In those higher elevations it's snow, in the lower elevations it is rain. But we also see this snowfall heading into Idaho and Nevada. Now we continue on here. This is around 4 p.m. here, and you can see that that snow is moving into Utah and Wyoming. And eventually this system starts to wind down with snow showers basically across the Rockies here. This is right around midnight Monday Pacific time, so 1 a.m. Mountain Time, and just some snow showers across Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Nevada, and Oregon. Eventually, this storm does start to pull out into the central U.S. after that point. But let's go over your rainfall amounts for this system and how those impacts could occur. So here is the National Weather Service's forecast for rainfall over the next 48 hours. And we can see some hotspots here. Northern Californian coastline is going to be seeing between 1 and 2 inches of rainfall consistently there. Now you could also see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in other areas of the coast, including San Francisco, San Jose, maybe even up into Oakland there as well. We'll see if it makes it across the bay. And then even further down the coastline there, you could see some spots where they get some extended showers as well. Now, of course, you're going to be seeing heavier precipitation amounts in the mountains due to the rain shadow effect, which we're not going to get into today, but you could see the Cascades consistently getting an inch of moisture, and the Sierra Nevadas could be getting 2 to 3 inches of moisture. Now, most of that will come in terms of snow. So let's check out the projected snow totals for this storm. So here are our snow totals for this storm, and you can see the real breadwinner here is the Sierra Nevadas. Another 2 to 3 feet likely across most of the range here. And you can see in those orange colors there, that is above 2 feet. And in those purples, that is over 6 inches. And in those blues, that is less than 6 inches. So the Sierra Nevadas, by far, going to be seeing a lot more snowfall than anywhere else. Even the Rockies, mostly in that 6 to 24 inch range. Cascades, same deal. So again, a upper elevation snow event, but mostly a Sierra Nevadas snow event. Now, this will, of course, lead to some wintry impacts. We have this winter storm severity index for the next 3 days, and we're going to be going over it here in general, right? Starting in this blue color, this is limited impacts. This is just where wintry weather could occur. We really don't, talk about these areas during winter storms. They're kind of just, hey, maybe you get a little dusting of snow. That's about it. Now, into these minor impacts, these are the areas where you could start to see snow accumulate on the roads, could make the roads a little bit slick, but overall, these are areas that know how to treat snow. So I'm not too worried about these areas in yellow here. But when we get into moderate, major, and extreme impacts, these are the areas where you're going to be seeing car crashes on the roads. This is where you're going to be seeing road closures, especially in the Sierra Nevadas, where they close down the roads a lot. So these are the areas that you really want to be worried about if you're traveling. If you live there, you know the deal. It snows a lot in the Sierra Nevadas. So I think that everyone has their bases covered there, especially after the last events in this region. But these are the areas in extreme impacts in this purple. These are the areas where you're going to be seeing a lot of snow real quick. So definitely going to be seeing rates of snowfall over an inch an hour. And in some spots here, you typically can see rates up to 3 inches of snow an hour, which is absolutely insane. But it's pretty normal there in the Sierra Nevadas. In terms of rainfall impacts, obviously they're not shown here, but the ground is already saturated in California, so maybe some minor flooding. There is a less than 5% chance of exceeding flash flood guidance, so don't expect flash flood warnings or watches to be put out for this system, but maybe some minor river flooding, maybe just some minor ponding and puddling on roads. Really not going to be as bad as the events that we saw during the last couple of months with California. So this is definitely going to be a lot more tame and manageable, but still some more winter and wet weather returning to California. That is all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.